Hector Santiago takes a selfie with a fan. Anthony J. Causi Port St. Lucie, the Mets like to talk of this past offseason as if they climbed Mount Kilimanjaro barefoot while reciting the Gettysburg Address by heart, on a loop. Among their favorite talking points is the preponderance of all-stars they imported. The haul is impressive in that regard. Robinson Cano, Edwin Diaz, Jeurys Familia, Lowrie and Wilson Ramos all have qualified for the Midsummer Classic. And did you know they actually have a sixth new all-star in camp? We had a couple of guys that got up and spoke, Hector Santiago said, recalling his pre-All-Star game experience in 2015. Albert Pujols, it was his 10th All-Star game, and it was true what he said, there's 15 different teams in the American League, and someone represented from every team. You walk into the door, you enter the room and you all become one. The veteran lefty, here on a minor league contract, is the sixth new All-Star, in the way Jose Carreras was the third tenor. Not as many people have heard of him as they have the others. Nevertheless, he represents one of the many contingency plans the Mets have secured in the hopes of avoiding the roster depth crises they experienced the prior two seasons. That he happens to be a Newark native who grew up rooting for the Mets during the Yankees' 1996-2000 dynasty, to boot, can't hurt his likability. Most of my family was Yankees fans, so it was kind of like a rooting for the underdog kind of thing, explained Santiago, 31, who attended Bloomfield Tech in New Jersey and then Okaloosa Walton College in Florida. I just kind of fell in love with them and had good relationships with my friends. And my friends are still die-hard Mets fans. His favorite player. I loved seeing John Franco throw, Santiago said of his fellow Southpaw. The two men met at Citi Field on May 7, 2013, shortly before Matt Harvey allowed one hit and no walks to Santiago's White Sox, striking out 12 over 9 innings in a contest the Mets took 10 innings to prevail, 1-0. Mike Trout and Hector Santiago at the 2015 All-Star Game. Getty Images. Santiago could follow Franco's lead in being a reliever for these Mets. Could wind up in the starting rotation if injuries occur. Or he could not make the team at all. While his numbers have dropped precipitously since he made that 15 All-Star Game as an Angel, he professes confidence that he doesn't require a major renovation. In 2018, he returned to the White Sox on a minor league deal, making the club and posting a .450 ERA in 49 appearances, 7 of them starts. He walked 60 and struck out 103 in 102 innings. Last year wasn't tough at all, he said. I was in a weird role over there, shuttling between the rotation and bullpen. With all that stuff, I overcame it and had a pretty decent year. He goes out and competes, said Mets coach Dave Island, who was the pitching coach of that 2015 AL team as a representative of the Royals. He really manipulates the baseball well, changing speeds, throwing to both sides of the plate. He proved last year he could pitch out of the bullpen as well as start. So we're very fortunate to have him in camp. Santiago didn't pitch in that 15 All-Star game. They told me I was going to be the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th inning guy, he recalled. I was like, I hope the game doesn't go that many innings. The regular season will provide plenty of innings for any pitcher who can get results. Don't count out Santiago from contributing to the club for which he always has wanted to play. This week's pop quiz question came from Ben Clemmer of Jacksonville. He caught Hank Aaron's 715th home run in the Braves bullpen, and he was portrayed by actor Bill Paxton in the 2014 film, $1 Million Arm. Name this former pitcher and pitching coach. Last week, I wrote about the passing of beloved scout Tommy "T-Bone" Giordano. If you want to learn more about T-Bone's remarkable life and his legendary personality, I recommend listening to this podcast tribute by Rays broadcaster Steve Carney. The pop quiz answer is Tom House. If you have a tidbit that connects baseball with popular culture, please send it to me at kdavidoff@nypost.com.